So a while back, I used to play GTA a lot, and I mean a lot. I would just get home from school and turn on the game and just go online, play with friends. Yeah, it was lovely. I loved it a lot. Made lots of new friends on there as well. Sooner or later, I would join a crew named the Mafia Family, King's Mafia Family. That is. If you don't know what a crew is, it's basically like a clan or a group or a community where players get together and serve under one title, I guess you can say. And I really enjoyed it. The crew was supportive of their members. We helped each other out, and it was really fun. And I made lots of new friends there. Soon and like a lot of time passed, and maybe like a month later, I somehow went up the ranks and became co-leader of that crew. And then one day, maybe like 30 days or months later, I had the idea of coming up with a short film called Adrenaline Rush. Now, this was going to be like a military kind of styled um, short film first, and then I thought, how about it just be two rivaling companies fighting for the top, and that's what I went off of. So I asked the leader of the crew to help me out, be the CEO, like an actor, of one of the companies, and he agreed. His girlfriend helped out as well, and became one of the bodyguards of him. And sooner or later, more members of the crew wanted to help out as well, and I was really happy because this has never happened before. And I should say now, I never actually thought of the story. I just thought of what was going to happen. There was no story, well, barely any story, so it wasn't that good. I started thinking of where it should take place first off, and it took place in Paleto Bay. It's like a place on the map if you don't play games at all. It was north of a mountain. It was a small town, little place, and I thought it was great because it was not that big. It was kind of secluded. Some areas, alleys. So what I did is I got my friend to hop in a truck with me and go off. It was supposed to be like a drug deal. We're taking drugs into to somewhere else, and it was going nice. And then four SUVs were behind us, and because they know about the plan. This is the rivaling CEO, and they're trying to stop the others. So we're driving along, and then the truck, for some reason, it had to stop. Like a car was in front of him, and then the truck behind them crashed into him, making him, the driver, look back and realize it's not right. There's SUVs behind me. So he drives off, initiating a chase scene. He doesn't really get that far as the SUVs soon later pull out SMGs and start firing at him, and didn't really go well. He crashed later on because of what happened, and he was dizzy, injured, and didn't know what was going on. The SUVs pulled up on him and pulled guns on him and actually shot him and killed him. Now, once this happened, the CEO who's ordering that delivery found out what happened, and we're gonna go for revenge. Now, I should say right now there should be separate of A and B right now, since it's kind of confusing knowing which is who. So this is the CEO right here. This is the leader of King's Mafia Family, and let's name him A. Let's say he's the good guy here, which he's not. Neither is the other side. So let's say he's the good guy for the story, and the bad guy is somewhere else. So those two to be continued. Sorry. And what I thought was there should be revenge for what happened. So later on, the next episode, we have the helicopter coming in, which you'll see in a second, landing. This actually took a while because the pilot who I had flying the helicopter didn't really fly well, so we had to do like multiple runs of this until he finally nailed the landing. And it was pretty good. See, ooh, look at that, ooh, lovely, very, very lovely. And he got out, making this cool little shot here of the reveal of the CEO walked down into his office to order something. And while this was happening, the B company came in for revenge with 4 jeeps and multiple aircrafts to come and kill to come kill A, A company. Now, the A company, A CEO, went and ordered something, and he also called in for a helicopter to pick him up to get that package or whatever. So while that happened, he got in his helicopter and took off, but the B company already knew this was happening, as they had a spy and traitor inside his army company, whatever you call it. And across from this building, there was a construction happening, and there was a crane, which they had posted a sniper with an explosive round, and they aimed it at the tail rotor of his helicopter and shot it down. Now, they crash and fall, but somehow they survived. It's they get surrounded by B company, and they think it's their last straw. They're not going to live. Now, they get into all that battle between them, but somehow they're surviving because plot, story. I didn't really make it up that well, so it's kind of poorly built. But the CEO knew he was getting into a tight corner, and he had to run away with his bodyguard, which was me. I had to stay with... I'm sorry. I had to stay with him the entire time in order to get the shot. If you don't understand, I'll explain that later, but... yeah, so we get into this intense chase scene where a Hydra, or jet, and a helicopter are chasing us, and it was pretty epic. But the jet shot, and there was a civilian right next to us, and the civilian kind of lost control and hit the Jeep, make a barrel roll, and yeah. But after all that, they were heading towards the beach to get to safety while these two are chasing them. He called him back up at last second, and there was a jet on standby which shot down the other one. And it was a pretty cool shot. There's no audio because I'm too lazy to edit. And while that one was down, his explosions, lovely, awesome, Michael Bay, right? While the jet was down, the helicopter was still on their tail and was chasing them after the beach. I would say this now, they are poor at shooting. Totally not my mistake. What are you talking about? And they get on these jet skis to get on the boat right above them where the buzzard is. Poor placement by me. I'm sorry. This is a good shot right here. I love that little top-down view. Props to me, by the way. Just give me all the credit, please. But after that, they are heading towards the boat where another jet was waiting to guard it, and shot down the helicopter, an amazing ball of fire. It was actually pretty sick. You should see. It was lovely, that shot. Pretty awesome. And after that, they head to safety, and that's where the episode ends. They finally made it and are heading off to somewhere else. Now, after this episode, it was supposed to be a collab with a friend of mine who's helping me with this, but never actually happened, as some conflict happened in the crew and it disbanded, and we never got to continue this. The sad part, I know, but it's what happens. But that's pretty much it. That's how I came up with this idea of Adrenaline Rush, but never got to do it. It got canceled, and that's the sad part. I'll talk to you guys later, though. So, peace, and yeah, yeet.